Now time for the 7 things you'll be talking about today. Number 7.
I was so happy to see this. You have no idea. So happy. A proposed 16-team college football playoff is already being proposed. Isn't this like 2 weeks after they finalized the last one? Like, oh, we're going to do 14. Now we're going to do that. We're going to do that. I love it. Love it. Keep going. Every year, add 2 more teams. I don't care. I do not care. I want to see more. And by the way, 4 SEC teams will get into each playoff. Potentially 4 Big Ten teams. 2 each from the ACC and the Big 12. That's what they're suggesting. But by the way, Kevin Skarbinski, at AL.com, wrote an interesting piece. If they had no buys over the last 11 years, the SEC would have put in 51 teams into the playoffs. That's 4.9 every single year. Oddly enough, the Big Ten would have actually put more teams in. Didn't know that. Florida would have gotten 3 times. 3 times! More of this.
Number 6.
A disgusting mob showed up in, are you ready for this? Tuscaloosa on Mother's Day. And it is disgusting. And when I say disgusting, I mean it. It is very disgusting. This disgusting mob shows up on Mother's Day rallying for abortion. On Mother's Day. What kind of vile pig do you have to be? And then I say, oh, go look at the pictures, and then you'll see those vile pigs right there. It is pretty gross. But that's what they're doing. And that's what's happening, and that's who these people are. And there's no other way to put that. It's very unfortunate that they rallied against motherhood, but this is who they are. This is what they do. This is part of Indivisible, by the way. No political party. They have no political parties. They just want to stop Donald Trump, but they are Republicans and everything as well. So just keep that in mind. It's not a one-sided political thing, guys. Come on.
Number 5.
Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency has now cut $7.8 million in federal DEI STEM grants from Alabama universities, and people are not happy about this. But guess what? I mean, let's just be real about this. This is what we voted for. Okay, this is exactly what we voted for. Nobody is running around saying, "Hey, you know what'd be great? What if we had a bunch of programs that only benefited one culture? What if we only had a program that benefited one type of people?" But STEM grants for the black belt, STEM grants for minority participation, STEM grants for students with disabilities, STEM grants for the Natural Science Foundation for an HBCU, and STEM grants to the University of Alabama to increase minority participation in STEM also cut $7.8 million. Look, we're a meritocracy. That's what we're trying to be. We're trying to get back to. That's what people want.
Number 4.
How many jobs are coming to North Alabama when Space Command finally gets announced? 4,700 new jobs. 4,700 new jobs? Ready? I'm going to pretend like every person that was ever born in Huntsville, Alabama. This is going to clog up our roads. We don't like this. I don't want these jobs here. You're clogging up our roads. Go back to where you come from, Yankee. No? Okay, just checking. 1,700 jobs directly, 3,000 jobs spinoff. That's 4,700 jobs. And those 1,700 jobs will be high education level. And then you'll have these other jobs that spin off because of it. That's great. That is absolutely fantastic stuff. But they need to get this done. Let's get this announcement, please. They're going to vote on the Air Force Secretary of the United States Senate later this week. And then they will have an answer. And this will finally start moving forward. And I love it.
Number 3.
All right, let's talk a little bit about Lieutenant Governor Will Ainsworth saying he will not run for the Senate in 2026. We've talked about this a lot over the last couple of weeks, and now he appears to have made some sort of announcement here where it is a done deal. Monday, during a speech to the Tennessee Valley Republican Club, he said, look, that I'm basically ruling that out. I know a lot of you are probably going to ask about my future. I will say this. I don't have any interest in running for the Senate. I will say that. I pretty much have ruled that out. Wait a second. Wait a second. Hold on. He's pretty much ruled it out? That's okay. I'm just making sure I get that right. He pretty much ruled it out. You know what that means? mean, there's still a chance. I mean, he just saying he's pretty much ruled it out, leaving that little bit of wiggle room. You heard it here first. He's wiggling.
Number 2.
This is not the number 2 thing, but I skipped this because I'm very unprofessional and bad at my job. U.S. Representative Terry Sewell, Democrat of Birmingham, very upset right now. Why? Well, because President Donald Trump has fired the Librarian of Congress. Man, does she need something to do? Somebody get her a PlayStation or something. What is going on here? Terry Sewell is playing the race card against President Donald Trump for, quote, trying to whitewash our history, end quote, by firing the Librarian of Congress, Carla Hayden. Hayden was terminated via email on May 8th. She was let go 1 year before her term was set to expire. The following day, they laid out why they made the decision at the White House. Quote, we felt she did not fit the needs of the American people. They were quite concerning to the things she had done at the Library of Congress in pursuit of DEI and putting inappropriate books in the library for children. How many people are going to lose their jobs over wanting to show children penises? What's wrong with you guys? Stop losing your jobs over this, dum-dums.
Time for the number 1 thing you'll be talking about today.
All right. Here's an interesting thing. The stock market boomed yesterday, and that's not the interesting thing. Okay, I'll just be completely honest with you. That's not the interesting thing. I think we all expected the stock market to boom yesterday. I think that's pretty obvious that was going to happen. Okay, I think that's pretty clear. We all pretty much saw that coming. But you know what boomed yesterday? Big pharma stocks. Explain that to me. Explain that to me. The Dow has exited correction. that means when you're coming out and you have a massive drop, and then we're back to where we are. We're back, baby! But big pharma? So, again, lay that out to me why big pharma would benefit here. You would think they'd be very unhappy about this. Donald Trump said we will no longer subsidize the health care of foreign countries, which is what we're doing. We're subsidizing others. Trump said during the Monday press conference, explaining that countries were paying a small fraction of the price of the U.S. for the same drug. And he said that he will no longer allow that to happen. But I'll tell you, the stock market rallied on that particular news. So I don't know. I don't get it. So even drug stocks went up a little bit. But overall, stock market boomed up over 1,000 points on the U.S.-China trade deal. That's probably the bigger story here. But I expected big pharma to take a big hit, and that did not happen. So maybe as we turn out or we learn more about what this plan actually is, maybe we'll have a little bit of a different answer here. But at this particular point in time, it didn't wreck the market like a lot of people thought would happen, at least on the big pharma stuff. So we'll pay attention to that. But stock market does good on the news that there is a trade deal, the biggest one, and now it's about getting all those other ones as well. Imagine if he signs another trade deal today. I mean, we may be at record highs in the stock market when we were told the stock market is killing you and you're losing all your retirement. I feel bad for guys like Tim Walz, who'd stand up at a rally and say, "Oh, I'm so happy that Tesla is down in stocks." Well, the whole stock's up. He must be very upset right now. Very unfortunate for him. They hate it when things are going well. Let's take a quick time out here. We will continue on WVNN. Get your questions in or comments on the 7 things. You can do that right now at 866-494-WVNN. That's one way to jump in here on the scoutpestcontrol.com WVNN hot take text line. Call in, same numbers there, or email me.
You've got mail.
Dale at WVNN.com. That's one way to jump in here and participate. That is the downtownrescuemission.org email inbox. Let us know what you're thinking about. Did the Librarian of Congress need to stay so she could show children penises? I don't think so. But, to each his own. Terry Sewell has a different opinion. Let's take a time out.
Get WVNN's Dale Jackson's 7 things you should be talking about today right in your email box every morning. Go to yellowhammernews.com and sign up today.